Rally Australia is the penultimate meeting of the Pro World Rally Championship here in WRC 01, and where hopefully, if it's possible, I can manage to come away with another convincing win. Okay, over to you now, Mr. Cutscene.
If the WRC drivers have any energy left as they enter the penultimate event of the season, then they'll need it for Rally Australia. It's a relative newcomer born in 1988, but has quickly earned the team's respect. The route is fast and slippery. The gravel covering the road has been compared to ball bearings, and cars need specialist tyres to tackle it. The youngest WRC event offers a unique challenge.
So here we are for New Harvey Weir, Stage 1 in the Perth region, which is where Rally Australia takes place. And so, here we go.
Three, two, one, go!
So here we go for Stage 1 of Rally Australia. Plus, my words at the moment, they're not exactly sitting very well with me at this time. As much as I am really trying to think of the words that will, at some point, spew out of my mouth. Even though they're not exactly many energizing words. And on the brakes, because if I don't, then well, my nose will dig into the sand, and that will mean that I'll lose a chunk of speed. A mistake I know I made before on that jump, and I am hopeful in saying that this time I have managed to learn from that previous mistake I made. Even though I still won the rally in the end, but again, sometimes it can be a good thing to showcase that fucking situational awareness. And I guess you could say that's partly what I have. But as to however far I get in this rally, well, we'll just have to wait and see. And where hopefully, if it's possible this time at least, I will not see myself getting infuriated with how slow my pace will be at one stage in this rally. However, I'm convinced in saying that since I won Australia last time in pretty dominating fashion, I'm convinced in saying this is not going to be as infuriating for me to pull off. Or at least I hope it's not as infuriating to pull off. Also, I'm pretty sure longer gears are definitely going to help me here in the sand. So that was Stage 1, and where this is ultimately my second attempt at recording this because, well, I was not convinced with my first attempt at recording this. I did save a replay as you might have expected, but, well, in all honesty, I kind of felt like ass after my previous attempt, and I just didn't feel like it was worth it to continue on my previous attempt. So we've got 3 Fords and 2 Peugeots in the top 6, aside from me. So, a 2-second win over Colin McRae, Carlos Sainz 3rd, Jules Panizzi 4th, Francois Delacour 5th, and Didier Auriol in 6th. with Harry Rovanpera currently being best of the rest in the third Peugeot. And here is the rest of the order. Okay, good. So these are your rally standings after one stage. And oh boy, is this stage going to provide some curveballs. Well, this rally is going to provide some curveballs. Okay, I'm gonna go long gears for this one, just because I'm convinced in saying this will help me to gain time.
3, 2, 1, go!
And so begins stage 2
Right 4,
of Telstra Rally Australia.
into right 4,
And that's a
50,
wall.
left 5, into right 3, and right 4, 50,
Okay.
3, tighten, into
And
left 4,
already off to a good start as I'm up by 2 seconds
50,
over
right
Colin
5,
McRae. Looks like he's going to be the main guy I wind up battling here, but as ever, we'll just have to wait and see if anyone else is willing to throw their hats into the ring. And Gilles Panizzi is now up to second, as I lost a little bit of time there, but hopefully it will not be enough to completely derail my performance. And at this time it looks like that's precisely what it's doing. Fortunately, however, I managed to not overshoot the corner. Even then, of course, if a lot of the time this is not funny. Oh great, now I'm losing even more time. This game is really trying its hardest to make it so I don't win this rally, the way things currently stand. But at least I managed to pull it down to damage limitation. I have a strong feeling that says the game does not want me to win this rally. I know it's just a hunch, but I'm strongly convinced in saying this game does not want me to win this rally. But doesn't affect my lead because, well, I limited the damage to just 0.3 of a second behind Colin. Then Didier Auriol finished third ahead of Francois Delacour and Carlos Sainz, with Gilles Panizzi finishing P6. And Richard Burns finishes best of the rest in the leading Subaru. And here is everyone else. So 1.7 seconds is now the gap to Colin. And at least I can say this time around, I feel like I might be able to pull this off. So a few guys have moved up a few positions, other ones seeming to be better than others, but as ever, we'll just have to wait and see what happens in the aftermath.
Three, 2, 1, go! 100 right 2.
So let's try and see if we can manage to gain a bit more time on the opponents behind me. The gap was 1.7 seconds heading into the stage, so I'm convinced in saying we may be able to put together a more convincing run once we get down to the aftermath. Sorry, I don't fucking know what it is I'm saying anymore. The words have just completely left my fucking brain hole. I really don't know what the fuck it is I'm telling myself to say. Without feeling like I'm gonna say something stupid. And at this point, it kind of feels that way.
50, left 5. 100, right 5.
My head just feels completely dissolved at the moment.
150, left 4. 50, right 5.
So, I really don't know what it is.
Left 2, caution, over jump. Into right 1. 100, left 4.
And through the chicane. Now heading through this left-hander. And so,
Caution, over jump. Into left 5. And right 3.
we will begin
Into left 3.
to push ourselves further. As I have now gained some time.
50, right 3.
Leading by half a second now
100,
over
right
Colin
3.
McRae.
Into left 2.
And this time,
50, perfect right.
I am successfully
5.
staying on the road, so hopefully the time I gain by the end of this will be even more so.
Left 1 and right 5. 50, left 5.
But I'd say we're doing good for now.
Into right 4.
We're keeping on tabs with where we're supposed to be, so hopefully we can keep it that way.
50, right 4. 50, long left
So,
2.
hopefully everything we manage to do from here manages to go our way, and so far it's looking to be that way.
Left 3.
So it looks as though having speed in the desert does
50,
come
right
as a
4.
benefactor,
Into
as heading into that sector, or coming out of that sector I should say, I wound up being 2.5 seconds ahead.
50, right 3. Into left 2. 50, right 4. Into left 2. 50, right 2. Into left 3. And right 3.
But as ever, we'll just have to wait and see to be sure.
Right 3. Into left 4. 50, right 3.
As I almost ran wide there on that corner exit.
50, right 3. Into left
Something
4.
outside is very much distracting me.
And right
It's probably
4.
the reason why I'm not really too focused on this right now.
50, caution, over jump, into left 4.
I don't know what the fuck is happening right now.
50, right 5.
My head is just completely out of the sorts. I don't know what I have to fucking do to get it back in sorts.
50, left 4. Into right 3. 50, left 5. 50, right 4.
Guess we'll just have to wait and see what time I set in the end. I don't know what the fuck it is, but my head just feels completely dazed right now. And I don't fucking know why. It's just so fucking dazed at the moment. Thank God that stage is over. I'm pretty sure that's one of the longest stages in the game. But at least I got it done. And now, I think I'm gonna go AFK for a few minutes and then I'll be back. So, 3 stages of Rally Australia have now been cleared. Yeah, that's right. It's been an hour or so since I last did this, and well, my head at the moment isn't really getting any better, but it's better than it was before, so I figured I might as well get on with this. And just gonna check to see I do have a replay saved. Yes, I do. Okay, let's go. So, a 2-second margin of victory over Colin McRae, Didier Auriol 3rd, Gilles Panizzi 4th, Carlos Sainz finished 5th, and it was Francois who finished in P6. And Richard Burns finished best of the rest, here in Stage 3. And ultimately, those are your results. So I now have a less than 4-second lead over Colin McRae now. Didier Auriol has now moved up to 3rd, considering he was originally 6th. And the rest of the top 6, they've been swapping and changing, but I think they'll probably stay the same from here, the way I see it. And here is the rest of the order, because, well, my head right now is not really in the mood to get through the rest of the details. So, on now to Atkins. And hopefully we can increase our lead up front.
3, 2, 1, go!
I really do wish the loading times didn't take as long to get through to me for these stages. I really do wish they wouldn't take as long to load up the stages, but, well, I'm able to cope with it for as long as I can, so anyway, we'll just have to see how we do. Fortunately, however, this stage is much shorter than Stage 3, so I think as long as I don't lose too much time to Colin from here, then I should be in with a shout, even though I am losing a bit of time. But at least I'm not losing enough time to lose the lead of the rally, so hopefully we can manage to get this done. And I'm still losing time.
50, left 4. Into long right 2.
Yeah. We're just gonna have to wait and see to be sure. Okay, well I've gained some time back again, so hopefully this is where the rest of the stage will manage to reward me with damage limitation. So, over the line, and I finish 8 tenths ahead of Colin. So, in spite of me losing time in the first 3 sectors, I wind up gaining time again in the last 2 sectors, and that's ultimately what won me the stage. Alrighty, so we have just 1 stage to go. And before we get on with that, I'm going to take a sip of water because my voice is not in place yet. So these are the results of Stage 4, and it looks like the top 6 is going to remain relatively unchanged, as I now increase my gap to 4.8 seconds over Colin, and everyone else, well, they are not even close. So it's a battle between myself and Colin here in the desert banks of Perth, and as for the rest of the field, well, I don't think there's really going to be too many changes outside the points. But altogether, I'd say we're doing good for now, because I now have a 4.8 second lead, and the gap from second to third is quite literally 30 seconds. So no one else is really in this battle aside from myself and Colin. And Richard Burns at the moment, he currently stands best of the rest. As we have the 2 Evo 6s in 8th and 9th, and Armin Schwartz in P10 in the Skoda. And as ever, we have the rest of the field as well. Rounded off now by Marcus Gronholm. And gonna go for long gears, because, well, it's a long stage, and let's get this one in the books.
Three, two,
And so we begin the final stage of Telstra Rally Australia, and where hopefully my top speed setup has managed to give me the much needed advantage I'm looking for to realistically claim what will be win number 10 of the Pro WRC Championship. I had a 4.8 second lead heading into the stage, so hopefully the rest of the stage will manage to help me come away with the win. And immediately early on that looks to be the case, because I have an 8 second lead already, so it's fair to say that having extra speed in reserve definitely helps when it comes to the desert stages. And that's pretty much what this is. This is very much a desert stage. Although it may not be the sands of Kenya, the sands of Australia still have enough evidence to suggest that this really is. And I land in the ditch. There is still enough sand here to suggest that the road surface does show where speed is the benefactor. And my voice is going uppity again, so I might have to mute the microphone for a second whilst I try to clear my throat.
left 5. right 2.
So my recent progress of the stage, it is not going very well. And now I have lost 3 seconds to Colin as a result of my unscripted theatrics pretty much distracting me and also putting the stage itself off course.
50, left 2.
Even though I am trying my best to get through this without my voice dying,
150, right 2.
because it kind of feels like that's what's happening right now. I kind of feel like
3.
I'm pretty much dragging my voice out here to simply do my best at not
50, right 4.
completely losing it
50,
before the end.
left,
And although I've now fallen behind, Colin
50, right
is still
4.
behind me, so even though this part of the stage has been bad, it's been even worse for Colin
Long, left
as he is now behind me. And it looks like at this
2.
stage
Left 3.
I just need to stay ahead of Colin or be within
50, left 3.
4.8 seconds of Colin
Right 4.
to score what will be
Overcrest.
another
50, left 3.
rally win.
50, right 3.
So we'll just have to wait and see how we do. Don't go in the sand, you idiot. Well, I lose the stage, but at least I can say that I'll still win the rally, because I was 4.8 seconds ahead heading into the stage, and it looks like I'm going to come out of this rally 1.9 seconds clear of Colin. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we have this one. So there we go. And as a result of us coming first in Australia, we have unlocked more bonus stages. So we've now won 10 rallies of 13, and hopefully once I manage to put in a bit of practice, I might be able to make it 11 of 14. Either that, or I can just simply choose to get the game over and done with and leave thinking about how to win Rally GB another time. But either way. So Colin wins the final stage of Brunswick by nearly 3 seconds over me, but it doesn't matter because I still get the overall win by 1.9 seconds. So there's your top 6, with the 2 Mitsubishis finishing best of the rest, and 2 of the 3 Hyundais were inside the top 12 as well, which is interesting to consider. And as ever, we have the bottom 3. So 1.88 seconds is how much I win by over Colin McRae, Carlos Sainz in 3rd, Gilles Panizzi 4th, Didier Auriol 5th, and Francois Delacour finished in P6. With Richard Burns finishing best of the rest over the 2 Mitsus and the first of the 2 Skodas. And further down the field we had all 3 Hyundais, with the 4th Peugeot, I think that's the second Subaru, and then at the bottom, with the bottom 5, we have the 2 Subarus, the 3rd Citroën, the 2nd Skoda, and Marcus Gronholm in the 4th Peugeot. So, another hard-fought rally win, but I just managed to hold on long enough to best McRae. And ultimately, that now changes the points again, because Colin now moves back up to 4th as a result of him finishing in the runner-up spot, and Tommy Mäkinen failed to score in that round, so I think Carlos has more or less cinched the 2nd place position in the standings, as Didier Auriol now moves up to 6th, with Marcus dropping down to 7th. Francois adding another point to his point tally, and Gilles Panizzi becoming the 16th driver to score points in this championship. And it looks like it's going to be 16 drivers scoring points again. And as for the manufacturers, well, Citroën now has a 32 point lead over Ford, with Mitsubishi 3rd, Subaru 4th, and Peugeot in 5th. And there is the rest of the order. So, we have just one round to go in the Pro World Rally Championship. Onwards now to Rally GB for the finale of the Pro Championship.